John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hello, this is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert. I have almost 30 years of experience in the credit industry. I've spent time at FICO, which is the company behind the FICO credit scoring system, and Equifax, which is one of the three generally recognized credit bureaus in the United States. And so today I'm going to finish my series of, is it better to get certain forms of credit from banks or from credit unions? And so today I've already done one for auto loans. Hopefully you watched that one. I've already done one for mortgages. Hopefully you watched that one. And so this one I'm going to do is regarding credit cards. The answer to this one is going to be a little bit different than the answer that you got for loans and auto loans and for mortgages. For credit cards, obviously you can get a credit card from a bank, credit card issuer, a credit union. There's a variety of places where you can get them from retail stores. You can get them for petroleum, your gas cards, even though they all are issued by either banks or credit card issuers or credit unions. So the question is well, am I going to get a better deal or a better card from a, kind of like a garden variety credit card issuer like Discover or American Express? Or am I going to get a better deal for a credit card from a bank like a Wells Fargo or a Bank of America? Or am I going to get a better deal from a credit union like, Joe's Credit Union or any of the hundreds or thousands of credit unions in the United States? So here's my take on the issue. First off, I have credit cards from both. I have from all of them. I have credit cards from banks. I have credit cards from the kind of the traditional credit card issuers, and I also have one credit card from my credit union. So here is what I have noticed over my time following the credit industry. What I have noticed is that you actually are going to get a better deal from the credit limit perspective if you go with kind of a mega bank or a really large credit card issuer. So it's not uncommon that large issuers are going to give you limits, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, maybe $30,000 or $40,000, which is a lot of capacity. That's a lot of buying power. It's been my experience that credit unions are less likely to give you credit limits that high. And here's why I believe that that's the case. So first off, credit unions are nonprofit. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Banks and credit card issuers are for-profit. Most of them are publicly traded. They make billions of dollars a year. So they're, financially speaking, they're very, very healthy organizations. So it's not that big of a deal for a mega bank or a big card issuer to give out $20,000 and $30,000 credit limits because they're, in the grand scheme of things, that's not even a rounding error for them if you were to default on that amount of money. You can't really say the same for credit unions. So credit unions are generally much smaller. Revenue-wise, they're much smaller. It doesn't mean that they're unhealthy. It just means that they don't make $1 billion a week like some of the mega banks do. So, if you take out a credit card with a credit union and they give you this massive credit limit and you default on it, that's a bigger deal for them. It may get someone fired, frankly, if giving you a massive credit limit was an exception to their normal policy and someone stuck their neck on the line for you. So it's not uncommon that you're going to get a larger credit union from a mega bank. So if that's what you're looking for, if that's what you need, if you need a credit card, if you want a credit card that's got a really, really big credit limit, you're going to do better, I think, going with a mega bank or with a traditional credit card issuer. As far as interest rates go, the interest rates tend to be relatively similar across credit cards issued by the banks versus the credit unions. The average interest rate on a credit card is about 17%. Obviously that changes over time, but it seems to be about 17%, give or take. And of course, it's largely based on credit quality. Someone who's got really, really great credit scores are going to get better deals on credit cards than people who have kind of the middle of the road scores and then even the lower scores. And your options are going to be more limited, obviously, if you've got lower credit scores. So those are some things to keep in mind when you're doing your comparison shopping. Bank, probably a bigger credit limit. Credit union, probably a smaller credit limit. Interest rates, probably going to be about the same. And you're probably going to have more options, different types of rewards programs. Generally, those are going to be better with the mega banks and the big credit card issuers. So if you have any questions about credit cards, then please drop them in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll talk again soon. Have a good day.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.